Hello guys, hope you're doing well. We've got quite a few cases here today and we're going to go through each of these cases to see which of them would be better suited for Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 or which of them would be providing a better option out there for you in terms of what you want to get in your case. So right on the case here, it's giving us three things it thinks we should be happy about. The jelly case, which it says is ultra slim and custom fit with open face design, and the screen protector, which is ultra thin and optically clit. Okay, it says a waterproof bag. Outer packing is made of PVC waterproof material. So now that we know what that is all about, let's jump right into the case. Okay, all right, so this is all it comes with right here. It comes with the back plate and the front plate. Screen protector. It did say something about screen protector, right? I'm pretty sure I read something about screen protector. Yes, screen protector, ultra thin and optically clit without blocking your view. It is definitely ultra thin because it's disappeared. I can't find it. That's how thin it is. Yeah, very thin screen protector. So here is the device and I'm going to try and put it in here. Now this device is a fingerprint magnet, so the moment I start handling it, you will definitely begin to see all those fingerprints on it. So the front bit has a glue to enable it to stick to the screen. I'm gonna drop that down. Normally you would need to remove this material here to enable it to stick, but I wouldn't need to do that right now because I'm still going to remove it to try on the other cases. So I'm going to try this case as well here. Okay, once the case fits in there, it's actually not bad because this top bit here does give the screen some much needed protection. The distance between the protector here and the screen down there is pretty high, so you do have some level of protection down there. Here, as you can see, the hinge is empty. There is no protection on the hinge whatsoever. The material is a very smooth material. Right here you've got a lip that covers the camera, so if you don't keep your phone this way on the table, the camera is protected by the lip around here. And what you've got here is the cutouts. You've got the volume button cutout, you've got the power button and the fingerprint cutout, which is done nice and easy there. You've also got the charging port cutout and you've got the speaker cutout. It is a good design in terms of color. I love the green color, but I think that's about it. I don't think I'll feel safe using this device just because of how open every other thing is. You drop it on the hinge here and it's toast. So you've got here protected, but the hinge not protected. Now when you open it up, you don't have any protection on the screen at all. The case actually stops beneath the lip of the screen right there. So if you were to drop your phone face down, I'm pretty sure you're going to get your phone smacking the floor itself. So what I'm beginning to notice right now is, due to how raised here is, when you put in your thumb there, your thumb doesn't necessarily touch every button there due to this raised area here. There is a slight area that is not being touched, so unless you push it down properly, it doesn't unlock. See, fingerprint doesn't match, so you do have to do it properly to get it working. I am disappointed with the case, but you can't really blame them because this case comes in at £14. Now I'm not saying £14 isn't good enough money to get some quality case, but I am saying when you compare it with the price on other cases out there, you're buying what you get for that amount of money. Now, if I see another case that is within the same price range and offers better quality, then I would say yes. But if you're going to go out there and purchase a device of this stature, using this case isn't going to cut it. So yeah, let's put this to the corner. The next case we have here is the Giolus Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 case. Let's see what we have here. This is almost the same with the previous case we looked at. The only difference being this is a little bit more rugged It feels a little bit stronger than the other case that we looked at, and it has got a kickstand. One of the reasons I like this kickstand is it does a little bit better in terms of stability and quality and reliability. So this type of kickstand tends to last a lot longer than the other type, which I will show you in a bit. Let's try to install it. It comes with, I'm not sure you can see, it comes with this glue area here, which you will need to pull this tab off to enable it to stick to your device. So you do have that glue area here, and you do have the glue area here. So we're going to take a look at it and see how the cutouts help in terms of using the fingerprints sensor. Oh, that's very smooth and easy. I'm happy with that. And let's put this on here. Come on. Oh yeah, that went on nicely. This offers protection because if you look at the lip right here, you can tell that there's a huge distance between the top area here and what the phone screen actually is. And when we come here, if you look at the side here, oh, that just moved. That just moved. Okay, so now we know why they've given you a glue stick on the other side to stick it, because if you don't use that glue, your case is prone to moving out. So if you do get a case like this, make sure you use the glue. I'm unable to use the glue because, you know, I've got a few other cases that we are going to need to look into. So make sure you use the glue, and if you were to use the glue, then it should remain solid. I like how equal this area here is. With the other case, this area was a little bit higher. Let's see if I can show that to you. The other thing I think is going to give an issue with a lot of the cases out there is going to be this fingerprint sensor here, because I cannot figure out a way for the life of me that we're going to make this usable, because now with this little cutout, it's become very difficult to reach it, you know. Unless using this finger, then you can decide, oh, I'm gonna tap in there. So I guess you're just gonna have to use the camera or the pattern or whatever you want to use, just not the fingerprint sensor. So the back camera here is covered, and you've got a lip protecting it, so if you do drop it on the floor or drop it on a flat surface, you are fine and good to go. As you can see here, the hinge is not protected, so that's going to be a problem for you either way. And also, because you're using glue, when there is an impact, there's a tendency for the glue to dislodge and your case to fly off. So let's take a look at the S Pen holder. So if you are wanted to use S Pen, you could use it this way, right? Actually, let's see if you, oh, that cannot be turned. So it stays, this cannot be turned. Some of them allows you to turn 360, apparently not this. So you just got this method right here, and let's tap on this.
What? I want to read it. I want to read it. Your best friend must give you.
Shut it. So it does work that way, and let's try it. Now would be a good time to test the volume button. Come on. So that's the volume button. It works, but it is a hard press though. Yeah, this is not the volume button you want to be pressing once or twice. You would need to press and hold and let it just get to the point you want it to get to. So yeah. All right, let's open it up and see if the kickstand is of much use. So you want the kickstand, yep, at the top, right, and drop it on here, and that way you can use the device to do what you want it to do, and you can jump around, swing around, but you know, don't put too much pressure here. But actually, oh wow, I thought putting pressure on here would, you know, make the device wobble, but it doesn't actually. You can apply some pressure there, so that's pretty good. Using your device, you put it this way and you're watching a movie, having fun, expand it, make it larger, and enjoy yourself. So that is a pretty good kickstand. Hopefully it stays that way. All right, the next thing we're going to test would be the wireless charging. Yep, does not charge wirelessly. So if that's going to be a problem for you, then, you know, don't go for it. So let's look at the ports. You've got the speaker port right here. So every useful port that needs a hole has a hole, and yeah, that should be fine. Again, the downside here for this case would be the exposed hinge, the fingerprint cutout, which would be a nightmare for you to use, how tough the volume button is. I think those are the main weaknesses for this case. Alright, the next case is the Foluu for Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4, and one of the reasons I got this case was because of the strap at the back of it. And I was trying to figure out if the strap would be strong enough to hold your device when using this case, considering what we've seen from the last cases. There we go. It's out. Alrighty. Okay. Alright. So yeah, I got this case because of this strap. I know having a strap on a case makes it easier to hold your device, but what then happens if you have a case with a strap with a case that uses glue with a hand strap? Because you know, cases like this tend to use glue, and looking at this, it doesn't look as if it has glue on the inside of it, okay? But then this would definitely have glue right here. Let's see, I felt something. No, so there is no glue on this either. This is gonna be interesting actually. Anyways, let's put it in there. Looking at this, it feels very nice. It feels feels strong, it feels thick, it feels like it will hold your device properly, and I really like this here, especially these colors there. It gives your phone a little bit of that good looking design. Now let's put in this fingerprint magnet here. Okay, so I'm gonna try and put this in here. Okay, so that has gone in, and it is using no glue whatsoever. So no glue, and I'm trying to push it upwards, nothing is happening. So not bad actually, no glue with that. And I like that click feeling, you know. Oh, that is quite sturdy. Now they have definitely done a lovely job. In that case, looking at this case at this time is $1169. So this case is cheaper than the last two cases we have seen, and this case has done a phenomenal job of, firstly, not only the design, making it look really chic, right? It's also done that without the need to use glue, and it's crazy. They've done a good job here. For that price range, they have definitely done a good job. So here we are. So it makes it easy for you to hold. You're scrolling through, you're doing whatever you wanted to do, and you decide, I want to open it up. Ta-da! See that? It's holding still, it's in place. This is a good case. Now, this is a case I can give to someone. First, let's look at the front, then we can look at the inside of the device. On here, you've got the lip that protects the screen in case you do drop it on the floor. And at the back here, you do have a lip that is almost flush with the camera. So it doesn't really offer that much protection, as the camera does come up a little bit around the edges right here. So with the case, the camera is quite flush. If you did not have this here, if you were to put this phone on the table, it will sit flush because the case is flush with the camera, if that makes sense. And I'm beginning to feel that this might be the better option if you wanted to use a case, because it allows you to be able to use the fingerprint sensor and the volume buttons quite easily without the need to use much force. Because if I wanted to do that, I just put my thumb there and it's unlocked. If I wanted to increase the volume or decrease it, I do this or do this. It makes it easier for me to use. So now I'm beginning to understand why they've made this area open like that, and open cutout. So let's look at the ports. Right here, you do have the usual cutouts for the ports, the charging ports, the speaker, the microphones. Ports are also there, and as usual For the price range, you do not get a hinge or a protection from the hinges. So if you do drop your device this way, it's gonna smack the floor pretty hard. So that will be that for you. And when we open it, when we go onto the inside, as you can see, you don't really have much protection from the inside. All you get is protection from the outside. The case here is flush with the rubberized part of the phone itself. What I've realized is if you have a case, you can't really allow the case to have a higher lip to protect the screen, because if that happens, then it becomes a problem when you decide to close the device. Because as you can see here, when you close the device, they need to be flush amongst one another, and the moment you make it higher, it becomes a big issue because the phone cannot close properly. No charge. So it's not wireless, it's not charging wirelessly. If wireless charging is something you wanted, then it will not charge wirelessly. As you can see, it's not working. Let me see if I can adjust it to various methods. This here. Okay. Both lights are on. So this is not an issue of the charger. The device does not allow for wireless charging. So what we have here is the Olycism. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. This case right here is 30 bucks, so probably why they've put some instructions right there. Those instructions are not in English. All right. Interesting. Oh, sweet. Ah, okay. All right, so there is something really interesting about this case. So I'm not sure why they've put autofocus there, but either way, let's take a look at this instruction first. Then towards the end, you will see why I, decided to get this case. So it says positive on the back, the side. All right. Looks like I'm gonna have to use the diagrams and not the wordings on there. Okay. So we know that this will go to the back. Okay. So right here, they've given you a few of this. From our previous experience, we can tell that this is glue that needs to be used on this to enable your device to stick to it. But I would not be using the glue because, I've got to review other cases. So let's try to put this on here. That's a very, very good material right there. That's a good material. Feels pretty smooth. Now, one of the reasons I got this was because of this right here, because most other devices out there that allow you to use your S Pen attached to it would want to have the S Pen somewhere around the back here, which is also for a good reason. So you have to, you have to choose between the advantages and disadvantages. If you have it on the back, you're probably able to use it for wireless charging, and if it's on here, you might not be able to use it for wireless charging. So this case here, looking at the front, comes with a glass at the top of it as a form of protection, although mine came cracked, so I'm gonna have to send that back. All the cutouts are pretty accurate. You do have the volume button and the power button, which also doubles as a fingerprint sensor. The fingerprint sensor is a little bit hard to reach, even though it has a nice wide cutout because of the area and this area. So you do have to get used to it because you need to push your hand deep in there to get your fingerprints to register. Right here we have the charging port and the speaker port right there. They all allow for easy view. Now you could use this case without this attachment here. This attachment isn't as strong as I thought it would be because it moves around quite easily. You can hear that, so that does not instill confidence. And the way it works is you could detach it this way and you've now got your case without the hinge protection. This is just a plug-in case right here. Not sure if you can see this, but if you look right here, there are two hooks that allows you to hook it to your phone. And right here you do have the areas where those hooks will go into. So I'm going to put it in this way. All right, then come up to this top here and then push that in, and it is locked in place and ready to go. And as usual, let's check on the inside. So once I open it up, this is what it looks like, which is not bad. It is not bad, but it is still flimsy either way. And yeah, this is what it looks like. As usual, the case will not be able to provide protection for the screen itself, because as you know, to have a higher lip area would mean your phone not being able to close properly. But for the edges, it does provide protection just like the other cases out there. Now, what I am worried about is if you mistakenly drop your phone, this is definitely coming out because it's not strong enough. It is definitely coming out, right? So, and also when I open the device, I hear this little bit clanky sound, which I'm not too happy with. Let's try it again. Did you hear that? Yeah, I'm not happy with that at all. Let's hear it again. Yep, I'm not happy with that. So you do have to give them credit for providing us with an S Pen. Now let's see if this S Pen is functional. Yeah, not bad actually. It's also got a soft rubber tip, which wouldn't pose a problem. And also they've got the, I'm not sure if you can see this, fold edition right there. So it's a pretty good one. Let me spin around, use it. See that? See that? See that? Yeah. Shorts, no, step out of shorts. So it is pretty useful. I truly wish this hinge was done better, you know? In theory, this is a pretty good case to have, but in practicality, it is pretty unsafe to use, because that cracking sound, at some point something is going to give way, and this will not be able to provide you enough protection. I'm happy with what they did here, and this is a quite responsive screen, so you're able to use it to do what you need it to do, which is pretty good. So it is a good case. If you're able to go use the case without this hinge, or you don't mind the creaking sound once you open it up, then you are fine. For the material, it is a pretty good material. The installation is easy. Even without me being able to understand the language, I was still able to set it up using the pictures which they have provided. So that is pretty good. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is the wireless charging. So is it able to charge wirelessly? Finally, based on the cases we've looked at today, this has been the first case that we've been able to wirelessly charge our device. So with that said, for me, this is a good case, but the hinge poses a problem for me, because every time I open the device and hear that creaking sound, it makes me worried. So if they could fix that hinge and make it work properly, make it work a little bit better, make it work a little bit more efficiently. Imagine if it worked this way and you're able to open the device and close it quite easily. That would have been the best option right here. But for the back, does a good job in terms of material, pretty good. This is the HWeggo for Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. It has got an S Pen holder, a kickstand, and a hinge cover. So let's take a look at this and see if this will make a difference based on its price point. Alright, so what do we see here? It's a scratch resistant shell with great tactility. Impact cushion technology, nice. Alright, let's open this up and see what it has in store for us. Okay. I really love that red color right there. It looks pretty nice. Okay, so we are going to pull this out right here. Just already, it feels of more quality than the other cases out there. So this will be the S Pen holder. Let's put that in there and deal with this first. Okay, so, oh wow, it has a screen cover right here. The front of the device will have a screen cover, and from holding it, it feels a lot more stronger than the other case we've just looked at. Yeah, that is pretty tough. What does it want us to do? Back, peel that, and peel that. So this is feeling a little bit stronger, and it does have a hinge as well. Oh wow. And I have a feeling this hinge will be able to open up without making too much noise. So this is looking like the one to beat, right? But who knows? You have an S Pen holder here with some materials that will allow it to stick to the back of this case. And you've got some wipes to remove excess dirt, remove excess dirt. So professional cleaning wipes right here for you, dry and wet. So that's good. Okay. So the phone is here. We're going to put this to the side for now. And let's focus our attention on this, okay? We're gonna peel the back away. All right, so this. Oh, that's good. That's looking pretty good already. That is looking pretty good already. Okay, so let's go for the back. Alrighty. So that's the back, and this is the hinge. So how do we lock the hinge into place? Oh, the hinge uses magnets. So you don't actually have to do anything. The hinge uses magnets and those rubbers in there that we saw earlier. This is ingenious, and I can guarantee you will not hear that creaking sound when I try to open it up. Oh, that's good. This is the hinge. This is what the hinge looks like when we open it up. So once I open it, hinge stays like this, and it feels pretty sturdy. It feels pretty strong. It doesn't vibrate like the other one. Oh, that's pretty good. And watch this, right? This here goes here. So if you've got, push it down. If you've got an S Pen that you wanted to use, right, you could put it in there and you're sorted. Here's the S Pen from the other case. We're just gonna put that in there. The S Pen is bigger than the space, but the S Pen that comes to the phone itself should be of the same size. But this is what it looks like with an S Pen in there. It looks pretty good now, doesn't it? And let's look at the cutout. You've got the volume button and the power button cutouts right there to allow for ease of use. As we know, this is one of the better methods going forward to allow you ease of using the volume button or the fingerprint sensor. As you can see, the cutouts are all there. The cutouts are all there. And the hinge feels sturdy. The hinge feels strong. The hinge doesn't feel like it's going to pop out at any time. Because of the S Pen at the back, you can actually leave your device like this without the kickstand and watch this way, right? And every area you touch is strong. Now, let's look at the stand. Be better off using the stand this way to hold the phone in place. So before we look into anything else, we need to see if this device allows for wireless charging. Okay. Usually when they have kickstands, it makes it difficult for them to do wireless charging, but we will try anyways. If I had to pick a case or two cases between both price range, the higher range and the lower range, I would go for this or I would go for this. And this is why. For this, I really love the material. I really love the red color. I love that it's able to, it feels sturdy enough. I love that it's got a hinge protection right there, and that when you open it up, the hinge doesn't feel cheap and plasticky. It feels very smooth, and you can definitely feel it by holding it, right? Installing it is quite easy. Once you've watched this video, you're able to install all these cases. And even if in the future you decide to get an S Pen, you don't have to do much because you've got this. which comes with this. You can just keep it until you're ready to use it. Right, so that is one of the good things. It's also got a kickstand that allows you to do what you need to do with the device. The bad thing, no wireless charging. The bad thing, which all the cases of the Z Fold 4 have, is the cutout for the fingerprint sensor, because no matter how well you do the cutout, it's always going to be difficult to place your finger on that sensor. And if we're to be going for a more cost-effective option, then I would go with this, because this came without glue, right? And was able to do a lot more things than the others could do, even when it came without glue. If you go back to the video, you will see when I took the case and I moved it around with the phone in there. The phone is quite heavy, right? It is two phones joined together, and it stayed put, right? So for me, this would be the best of both bunch, best of the mid-range and best of the cheaper alternative. Also, both cases do not offer wireless charging. So that'll be it, guys. Do let me know what cases you would go for between the ones I've shown, and if there are cases out there that you think are better than what I've shown you today, do let me know, because some of these cases really disappointed me. And with that being said, I would really appreciate it if you guys smash that like button, as it does mean a lot. Subscribe and turn on notifications if you can. As always, keep yourself safe, and I will catch you in the next one.